right. Ryan Ripley, Todd Miller, back with another Your Daily Scrum. It's a new day. It's a new show. How's it going, Todd?
Weather's warming up. I'm happy.
It's getting nice out. And so on this nice day, what we're trying to do is answer your questions to help you get a little bit better at Scrum, give you some new ideas, give you some new avenues to look at. And today, Todd, we have a fun question. We get to basically just share opinion, I think, because someone's asked us, what is the right Scrum team size? Where does your brain go on this one?
So my brain goes just to reference the Scrum Guide straight away, right? The Scrum Guide says a Scrum team recommended should be 10 or less people. But note the word recommended. It doesn't say required. It doesn't mean you're not doing Scrum if you have 14 people on your team, right? It's just a recommended size. And so I think it's to keep in mind that the Scrum Guide says 10 or fewer people recommended. In saying that, I mean, I think we've both worked with teams of varying sizes. I mean, I worked with a 24-person team before. I felt like that was way too many people. And I've worked with 4-person teams before. So where do you stand on this? Now that we got out of the way, what the Scrum Guide prescribes.
Yeah. So Scrum Guide, as Todd said, typically 10 or fewer people, but I like the guidance that it gives in the new Scrum Guide 2020. Right? So small enough to remain nimble, large enough to complete significant work within a sprint. And so typically 10 or fewer people. Guidance. If there's no other thing that you hear there's no dogmatic answer here, right? We be small enough to be nimble, be large enough to do meaningful work, right? Significant work. And so if 12 is the number of people you need to be able to design and develop and test and deploy and ship and support an increment of product, do that. If it's 14, do that. If it's 3, do that, right? I mean, it's really just what you need to work. Now, with the understanding that the more people you bring into a team, the harder it is to stay in sync. The harder it is to stay collaborative. The harder it is to know what everyone's doing. The number of pathways, exponentially increase the more people we add. But if you need 12 people, grab 12 people. You're not going to get put in Scrum jail for going over 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Everything you were hitting on there is the more people, the harder it becomes to keep the Scrum values intact too, I think. Now in saying that, you were saying 14, you were saying 12, even 16. There is a cost to splitting teams. So I've worked in organizations that are like, well, we have a 12-person team. This is just far too big. And they don't realize the cost of splitting teams, right? That there may become dependency problems across the teams, right? That you now have something that you have to work on to synchronize the work. At 2 teams, you don't really need to look at scaling quite yet, but there's a cost to that, right? There's a cost to having 2 6-person teams as compared to 1 12-person team. But I think to your overall point, what's working? What works? Is having that 12-person team, does that work? If that's working, then do that. So I think that's about as much as I have. Like what the Scrum, it says typically, by the way, I said recommended, but it says typically 10 or fewer people. Thanks for putting that up there, Ryan.
Yeah.
But this is a situation where it's it works, right? There's no dogmatism here when it comes to numbers.
Well, and I think there's actually, this is where I think the Scrum Guide gets a bad rap for being dogmatic, because look at some of the other guidance here. Mm-hmm. If a team becomes too large, just as you said, Todd, consider reorganizing into multiple cohesive Scrum teams, right? Each team can independently deliver, but if you can't, understand the dependencies, but they're focused on the same product, right? And even there's one more, there's a therefore. So there's there's an inference here. There's an inference in that statement. Again, the Scrum Guide helping us. They should share the same product goal, product backlog, and product owner. I think this guidance is more important than the number.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Let's keep the teams aligned. We see so many, we have the perfect number of people, but we're all going in different directions. Right. Or we have a product owner for every, what?
Yeah,
right? I mean, and so, yes, let's get back to our focus, right? What is the right Scrum team size? Whatever is going to help you do significant work within a sprint, just as the Scrum Guide says. If it's 3, if it's 6, if it's 9, if it's 12, whatever it is, but yeah, you got to do what's working. And if it's not working, inspect and adapt.
Yeah. Whatever the size is that's going to optimally allow you to deliver.
There we go. I like it, Todd. I think we're good on this one. So let's talk about socials real quick. It's at Agile for Humans on most platforms. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, right, Mr. Miller?
Smash it.
Smash it. Check out the videos below. We have a lot of extra content out there. We're way over 50 videos now on your best Scrum questions. Lots of ways to learn. We even heard that people are using these videos to study up and do well on their assessments. So that's awesome to hear as well.
Awesome.
Seeing a lot of usage in a lot of different countries. So keep it up. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. We're dropping a lot of content lately. So don't be left out in the dark. Know when we release new videos. Check out the stuff below. And you know what? We're probably going to see all of you tomorrow. Scrum on.